What's moving, what's moving? The City Connection magazine is now in your area, bringing the spotlight to the urban scene through our Hampton roads. Today we're here live with two guests, two veterans from the area of Norfolk, Virginia. I want to introduce Strategy Real and Shot Stash. What's going on, fellas?
What up, what you do?
You know, today, man, he's coming to present a new album, guaranteed to be a classic, produced by Shot Stash, man. And let's get into it, man. Tell us about this album, Strap.
Yo, the name of the joint is called The Obese Beast. Yo, I'm coming off bigger than I ever came before. You know what I mean? That's the name of the title, The Obese. 11 tracks, slamming. It's emotional, up and down. You know what I mean? Any emotion you're looking for is up there. From the shorties to the streets. I'm there, I'm in tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So give me a little bit of history about, you know, what inspired you to get involved in the hip hop and the importance of this longevity in the game.
Man, I always say my style was born in '83. Like I've been doing this since the Fat Boy said stick 'em, you feel me?
Yeah.
So always as a shorty, I always been doing this. So it's always been about elevation, like we were saying off of camera. You know what I mean? So it's always been at those stepping stones. You know what I mean? So I went from, you know, DJing, beating on the tables, you know, doing all of that. You know what I mean? Rhyming, production. You know what I mean? So it's all in the same field. You know what I mean? So my comfort level is rhyming. So my man took the production, you know what I mean? He took that to the 1,000, you feel me? So when y'all hear it, y'all know what it is. No boom.
That's what's up. So who was some of your favorite MCs coming up that inspired you to get in the game?
Wow, that's crazy. Kane. Off the top, Kane. You got Rakim, you know what I mean? Somebody that, they was saying stuff, you know what I mean? Today, you can rhyme today. Alright, you know what I mean, but about tomorrow, don't nobody remember that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So as far as Kane, Rakim, leaders of the new people like that, they had something to say. Chuck D, Chaos, Chris, definitely. You know what I mean? So the pioneers, definitely. That's my background.
And so was you into the b-boy aspect of it too, or you just MCing was your thing, DJing?
I dabbled. I thought I could break dance a little bit. You know what I mean? But I found out my calling was the MC, the pad, the pen. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Shot Stash, on the production tip, like, give me a little bit of history of what, you know, even led to you, like, becoming a producer, and do you rhyme yourself?
Yeah, I rhyme as well, but production, that was my thing. I always wanted to do back in the days and stuff. My pops was a local known DJ, the lead singer of his own band and stuff, so I was always into it. It just took some things in life for me to take it serious, you know.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. So give me, what we expecting from the album, man? I mean, like, are we going to the bounce? Are we going into the dirty gritty? I mean, I know you don't want to give it all up, but, you know.
Well, no, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. And I'm going to tell you, you know what I mean? You can definitely, you can get your bounce on, but you going to hurt clarity.
Energy.
It's definitely energy.
Hip hop.
But clarity, consistency, you know what I mean? It's going to say something from beginning to end. So I'm bouncing a little bit because I know what it is today, you know what I mean? But I'm not losing myself in that. You know what I mean? So like for instance, I got a joint called So Thoughtful. You know what I mean? And the relevance of these thoughts out here is crazy. You know I ain't lying. You know what I mean? So yeah, we just taking that, you know what I mean? Taking what the world giving us, getting it back to them, let them have a good time. Man.
That's what's up. Now, on the production tip, who are some of y'all favorite producers, you know, that inspired you to even get into the production aspect?
DJ Premier, Dilla, Pete Rock, most definitely.
RZA,
some of the Kanye's, you know,
yeah. It's a few heavy hitters out there.
Some local ones down here too, like the Knots, the Bing Dog, you know,
it's just a real, hometown.
So, you know, now on the DJing aspect, you know, we talk about Technique 1200s to nowadays CDs being mixed on. Like, you know, what's going on with that? I mean, do y'all appreciate that? Do y'all utilize that? Do you prefer the vinyl still?
It's always a battle between vinyl, real vinyl, and Serato. You know what I mean? That's where we at right now with it. Serato is, like we said, evolution. You know what I mean? They're just taking it to another level. It's still vinyl, you know what I mean? But instead of digging in all them crates,
everything is on the laptop.
It's right there. If anybody know anything about digging in crates, it was an ass headache.
Yeah.
Word. You know what I mean? So they have it right there on your hard drives. That's what it's at.
It's awesome, man. So, like, you know, the digital era, you know, in the days of digital downloads, do you think artists are wasting material with digital downloads as far as free mixtapes? Do you think it's a form of marketing and promotion? Like, because, you know, we get different answers when we discuss this topic. You know, how would you leverage the digital market nowadays? Are you dealing with the direct-to-consumer model or what?
It's a slippery slope, right? You know what I mean? Because you look at artists, not saying no names, that flooded with mixtapes, and then next month they come back with their album. You know, it's like they're oversaturating the market or whatever. But I mean, every day I wake up with a new idea, and all day you got different emotions. So writing shouldn't be a thing as far as oversaturation. If people want it, you gotta give it. You know what I mean? And it's the digital age, so you can do it from the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Straight
Yeah.
from the crib. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you gotta utilize that.
Supply and demand, huh?
That's
What's up. So, I mean, is there anything about the industry nowadays that you disagree with?
That's so minute, it's not really worth talking about, you know what I mean? Because the here and there is what it is, you know what I mean? So we'll learn from our mistakes, I tell you that.
Do you feel like if Donald Trump became president, would that affect you in any way personally, or does it even matter who's president at this point?
Yeah, I definitely think it'll affect us. Definitely, as a people, yeah, definitely. I heard a lot of people saying, yeah, they're going to run to Canada, run to Africa. You're here. You probably don't even have a passport, right? We're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we're going to have to deal with it. So a lot of presidents we didn't like. We had to deal with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the bottom line about that. Being a realist, man.
Now, in Virginia, this scene, the hip-hop scene, I know y'all seen it grow over the years. You know, how do you feel about the growth, dude? And what can you contribute to the growth right now with this album? Where do you want to take everybody at? What direction we going at?
Well, like I say, it's a vibe, man. You know what I mean? Some music is just feel one way, all the way through the album. It's a vibe. From waking up, like all I know is the hustle that'll make you do your thing. You know what I mean? To, like I said, it's so thoughtful that'll make you go out, have a good time, talk about a couple of chicks, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So
Homework, you do that hip-hop thing, like, give you that homework.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I'm taking it to another level that I haven't taken it before. You know what I mean? Utilizing the digital age. You know what I mean? We're talking about. So hopefully that'll bring on more fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can really see what the hip hop is in VA. And as far as the movement, as far as all our people, honestly, I feel like you gotta leave home in order for home to rock it. Especially when it comes to VA, because we're such a melting pot. Everybody comes here because it's a military state. You know what I mean? So you gotta go out, you get it a lot of times, but I'm here to tell you it ain't always the case, baby. You know what I mean? No, especially with other things, VA is real tough.
That's deep, man. So, mentioning the melting pot, I definitely understand exactly where you're coming from. You know, would you say this diverse area had a lot to do with the influence of your style?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the aspect of keeping it grounded. Because, you know what I mean? When you hear us, we definitely don't sound like nobody else. And I'm not just saying that. You hear it, you'll be like, well, one thing they won't matter about, they don't sound like nobody, but it's dope. You know what I mean? So, keeping myself within myself when all this is going around me, that's really how it's affecting me.
Any guest features or?
No, it's really me for the whole album. I got 2 cuts, one with one of my homies named Hands. He's doing my hook, you know, he was in the studio, right time, right place type thing.
Yeah.
And I got a joint called The Statement. 2 artists that just, you know, they got the Black DC and ISJ. So, we got it in, other than that, it was in the studio, and that boom, you feel me?
Yeah, man. So, one last question now for the youth. Everybody got somebody watching them, you know, and what do you feel that, what kind of message you can give the youth, or some words of encouragement for them that's going, you know, just have the same vision, the same dream, the same goals in this music industry as yourselves?
Man, one step at a time. That's first. You gotta know yourself. You gotta know your God. You know what I mean? That's just to keep you grounded. Deal with this madness. You feel me? So that's first and foremost.
Once close to you, close.
Definitely, man. Just follow your goal, man. Don't let nobody tell you. I've heard this a million times. Don't let nobody stop you and tell you no. That door closed, another one real open. You know what I mean? Just not kick it open. And that's real. That's why I'm still here. So yeah, no one's got an option.
Hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all time, man. And look, what's y'all social media? Where can people find you at?
Strategy Real 22. That's the Twitter. Actually, I got two of them joints: Strat Real, @Strat Real, and @Strat Real 22. Got
Shot Stash Twitter, Shot Stash, and Facebook, Shot Stash,
SoundCloud.
Yeah. Shot
Follow
Stash,
the
Reverb Nation, Shot Stash. Ain't that name no change,
Yeah, follow the name, Shot Stash, Strat Real.
And y'all heard it, man. The City Connection magazine. The goal is to bring artists, musicians together in one place while shining the spotlight to unique urban scene throughout Hampton Roads and throughout the world. I appreciate y'all time, man.
Hold up, before we leave, man, I just want to appreciate y'all the job you're doing, man, on your things you're doing and stuff and all that. You know, you're doing what you're doing, man.
Looking real good for the city. Word.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Word up. We out.
HP.
Back!